the shark spot. Those of you who've watched the movie, hopefully you enjoyed it, and you're going to enjoy the dissection even more. And the school that came in late, you're still going to see the whole thing, it's just that you're going to do it back to front. So after the dissection, you go back and watch the movie. Cool. Are you happy with that? Okay, firstly I'm going to tell you about what we do here at the Shark Spot. Our mandate is to protect you as a bather against shark attack. We do this by installing the nets. We've got our nets along the KZN coastline, from Richards Bay in the north coast down to Port Edward in the lower south. But you must always remember, it doesn't mean to say that we've got nets running continuously from beach to beach. We only have 38 localities that are protected. So it is your responsibility as a bather that you check with the lifeguard that you are swimming at a netted beach, or else swimming is prohibited. This one is a scallop hammerhead because it's got a central notch. If it was a smooth, it will have a smooth curve, and if it's a great hammerhead, it will be very flat and larger than that one of a scallop and the smooth. This one is a dusky shark, and this is how we know it's a dusky. It's a fairly stout shark. What's so funny? It's a fairly stout shark. It's got rounded snout. First dorsal fin, it lies behind the axle of the pectoral fin. Unlike the sandbar, if it was a sandbar shark, the first dorsal will be somewhere here. It's got a faint interdorsal ridge, so that is how you know it is a dusky. Duskies, maximum size that they can attain, they only grow up to be 300 centimeters long. So they're not considered to be any danger to us because of their size and because of the shape of the teeth. This one is a female. And this is how we know it's a female. This is not supposed to be sticking out. This is just the intestine, but it's not supposed to be there. This is the female genital opening. And if you want to see a male, this is a male. He's got these two rod-like claspers, so they tell you I'm the man. So he's got these two thingamabobs hanging here, and that is how you know it's a male. So with the female looks like that, and then with the male, that is how a male looks. So that is how you differentiate the two. Both of them are not matured yet. Duskies mature, both male and female mature when they are 6 years old. That is when they are 215 centimeters long. Mating takes place in winter. You will notice during the mating season, female carry a lot of mating bites because they bite each other a lot. So when sharks are mating, things get very rough and nasty. When she falls pregnant, she's pregnant for the whole year, so she's got a gestation period of 12 months. She has got what you call placental viviparous development. This just means that the pups are connected to the mom by the umbilical cord. And she has a little average of between 6 to 14 pups, and her pups are born at 70 centimeters long. She gives birth to live offspring, so the pups are born live with the full set of teeth and their senses working. I'm a mom and I'm talking from mom's point of view. No mom will want to feed a baby that is born with a full set of teeth. So she doesn't look after her young ones, so there's no parental care whatsoever. But different sharks reproduce differently. Hammerheads, both sexes, male and female, mature when they are 160 centimeters long. And when they are pregnant, they're only pregnant for half a year. So they're pregnant for 6 months. They have a little average of up to 35 pups. And the pups are born at 30 centimeters long. There's another shark that is called a ragged-toothed shark. The raggy is a different story altogether, because when she's pregnant, her pups are not connected to her by the cord. They are only free swimming inside the mother's uteri. And the only way that these pups can survive is that as the mom is producing eggs, those that are fully grown, they just turn around and they cannibalize on their own siblings. They just eat each other up. We call this inter-uteri cannibalism. So as mom is producing eggs, the fully grown ones, they just turn around and they eat their own brothers and sisters. That is why at the end of the gestation period, we only end up with 2 pups being born, and those pups are born at 70 centimeters long. However, you do get sharks that just lay eggs and they hide the eggs under the seaweed. After a certain period of time, then the eggs will hatch. So this is how different sharks reproduce. The reason why you're getting that smell from a dead shark is because when they urinate through the pores of their skin. Like how we perspire, that is how they pee. So that is why you're getting that smell. That is how you're getting that smell from a dead shark. But don't worry about the smell, because when we charge you for coming in, we did not include the price of the smell. So at least you're getting the smell for free. All you have to do now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the smell. Before we cut it open, we're just going to look at the outside. When we look at the shark's body, the body of the shark is not made out of bones, it's only made out of cartilage. So sharks are not bony fish, but they're cartilaginous fish. Remember, they can't swim backwards. So the cartilage is very flexible because it just allows them to change direction whenever they need to do so. Look at this. When you look at the shark this way, you'll notice that it's shaped more like the wings of the aeroplane. So like how an aeroplane flies in the air, that is how a shark swims in the water. And if you look at the outside of the shark, shark's skin is covered with tiny scale-like teeth, which is called dermal denticles. It covers the whole body, so it gives the shark a rough sandpaper-like texture. If you come and you wrap your hand over the shark's skin, from head to tail, it's very, very smooth. But when you rub it opposite way, tail upwards, it's actually rough and abrasive because these denticles, they have an overlapping arrangement, which is very helpful during swimming because that is what just gives the shark streamlining when a shark is swimming. Way back in the days, in ancient times, the skin of the shark was actually used by the warriors as a handle for the swords because of these dermal denticles, so it just avoids the swords from getting all slippery. There is a gift shop that we have, and in our gift shop, we used to sell shark skin wallet, shark's liver oil, shark spine, shark's tip necklaces, shark jaws, and a whole lot of souvenirs, variety of souvenirs that are made up of shark spine products. But now there's an act that came out, Act number 5 of 2008. This act prohibits us from selling any shark spine products. So the only teeth that you can buy from the shop are the prehistoric ones, only the fossilized ones. If you do have money to spend, support the shop because all the money that we make in the curio shop, it just comes back here into shark research. So by you buying from there, you are supporting your safety. Somewhere down the line, your money just comes back and protects you. So it's for a good cause. And since we cannot sell shark's teeth, we just give them away with every purchase. We can't sell the teeth, so this is what you do. Whatever you buy from the shop, you get that particular item, and over and above that, you get a shark's tooth. Today we have a target, and our target is R1 million. You are actually only our customers that are here, so please do come and support us and help us to meet the target. I'll see you in the shop. This tag here, it just tells us that the shark was caught in 2011, so it's still nice and fresh. We can have the bride after the show because it was caught this year, and it was the 7th shark that was caught there this year. So now Quentin is going to come and is going to cut the shark open for us and it's going to show us what's inside the shark. The very first thing that's going to come out, it's going to be the liver of the shark. Shark's liver weighs about 25% of the shark's total body weight because the shark stores its energy food in a form of oil in the liver. Remember, they have an underdeveloped bladder, so the oil that's stored there in the liver is very light, it's lighter than water. Remember, when you put the oil in water, the oil floats. So the oil that is stored there, this is what helps the shark to keep floating during swimming, so it avoids the shark from sinking. When a female is pregnant, this is how she nourishes her pups with the oil that is stored on the liver. And when the pups are born, they're just born with that oil, so that is how they survive before they start eating any food. And by just looking at the liver of the shark, we can tell whether the shark has been feeding well or not. So if the shark's got nicely healthy looking liver, we say that it had been feeding very, very well. If the liver don't look nice and healthy, we say this one had not been feeding well. It has got one liver, but 2 liver lobes. If we take out the liver and we leave it one side on the table, this is what will happen to the liver. The oil will just ooze out of the liver and the liver shrinks and it becomes very, very small. This shark weighs 42 kilograms, so 25% of it comes from the liver. And it's got very nicely healthy looking liver, so we can actually say that it had been feeding very, very well. It was only caught on the 25th November 2011. It weighs 42 kilograms and it is 144 centimeters long. So this is the liver of the shark. So this one's got nicely healthy looking liver. So this shark had been feeding very, very well. Shark's liver oil is very rich in vitamin A. This is where my lipstick come from. Ladies' lipstick come from shark's liver oil. So that is why I love my job too much. I can't trade it for anything in the world because I don't buy lipstick. This is where my lipstick come from. So working here has actually got added benefits. And as part of the show, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the liver and I'm going to rub it on my lips. Everybody has to come and give me a kiss. Do you want to be the first in line because you're very good looking? Now moving right along, Kwezi is going to show us the stomach. The stomach of the shark is very interesting. Sometimes the shark will confuse unwanted items that are found in the ocean as part of its diet. And once it realizes this does not form part of my diet and I want to get rid of it, a shark has an ability to pull the stomach towards the mouth, turn it inside out and get rid of whatever it wants to get rid of, pull the stomach back inside and carry on living. And the stomach of the shark contains very strong gastric juices which are acidic, so that is why Kwezi is using gloves when he's cutting. Stomach of the shark has an ability to expand. Sharks can eat as much as they can and the stomach just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. The reason why we have a look at the stomach is just to see what different sharks feed on because their teeth are designed according to what the shark eats. With the dusky, because of the shape of the teeth, it just feeds on small fish, octopus, prawns, crabs, tuna, squid. And as they grow bigger, their diets change. They feed on other sharks. They also feed on big fish. So duskies are potentially dangerous. So we've got a fish to give away, but it's not fish and chips, it's fish only. When you look at the stomach of the shark, you'll notice it's shaped more like a sock. It's like a stocking. Last year, July, we dissected a dusky shark. It was a female, fully grown, and we saw the stomach was so big, so we thought that she might be pregnant. But when we cut her open, we managed to find 452 sardines inside the stomach. So they can just keep on eating, and the stomach just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Can I take this and put it on my leg just to show you that it can get bigger? How much are you going to pay me? I'm not going to do it for free. Doesn't it look like a bag? Shopping bag. What does it look like? You want it? Where are you from? Sorry? You came all the way from the Free State. Have this. You've come a long way. Okay, you can have it. I'll keep it here for you, okay? Now we're going to see the intestine. Different sharks have got different intestines. They don't have large intestines and small intestines like human beings. They have a thin and long one. It's more like a piece of rolled up newspaper. When you open it up, it's got a large surface area, and that is just mainly used for the absorption of food. With the great white shark, a mako shark, and a ragged-tooth, the intestine is not thin and long, but theirs is short and fat, with a lot of internal folds, so it is more of a spiral valve. Don't worry, this intestine is clean.
Ça va marcher ça.
And sharks also don't have veins like you and I have tiny capillaries running up and down their body. So this is the intestine. As you can see, when it's open up, it's more like a towel. Do you think a shark's got a hat? Huh? Where's the hat? In its head. It's got a hat, but it doesn't have a very big one. And the hat is hidden right inside there. Remember we said when sharks are mating, things get very rough. I think that's one of the reasons why the hat is hidden inside there. And your heart and mine has got 4 chambers, but the shark's heart's only got 2. Just one for the inflow and one for the outflow. So it's just the pumping in of the blood and the pumping out. Even with the 4-meter-sized shark, it will only have a heart that's the size of a man's fist. It's not a very big one, but at least it's got one. This is the heart. Is there anybody looking for a heart transplant? Catch. Now Quiz is going to cut the snout and it's going to show us some snot of the shark. The shark's snout is filled with jelly-like substance called the ampullae of Lorenzini. This is just for helping the shark to feed in the dark and under dirty water. So when you're looking for food, when the shark is looking for food and there are some crabs that are camouflaged by the sand, it just sends it by using its snout. It's also very helpful to help a shark to pick up any electromagnetic fields that are given off by any swimming creatures. Where are you going? Is it something that I said? Now quiz is finished. Let's put our hands together for quiz for a job well done. Just under the snout, the shark's got 2 tiny holes. These are the nostrils, and nostrils of the shark are not for breathing, but they're mainly for smelling. Sharks have got very strong sense of smell. It can smell blood a kilometer away from its source. If you're bleeding, just keep away from the water, because as soon as the shark smells your blood, it will want to swim towards that direction to investigate where the smell is coming from. But always remember, sharks are not man-eaters and we don't form part of their diet. They only attack you and I because of mistaken identity. So if you're a man on the surfboard, they misidentify as a turtle, and if you're a diver, in a diver suit, they misidentify you as a dolphin. Other than that, sharks are wonderful creatures and we do need them in our ocean. They form a very important part of the marine food chain. Look at their eyes. The eyes of the shark are designed to see underwater. So they can see 10 times better than, you want to catch it? They can see 10 times better than you and I in the water. So you might have only seen the shark once, it's already seen you 10 times more. They even have an extra eyelid that we call nictitating membrane. So when sharks are about to attack their prey, they just cover the eye with the nictitating membrane for protection. However, we do have sharks that don't have this extra eyelid, so for those sharks, they just roll their eyes backwards when they're about to attack. This is how they breathe. They have to swim continuously. So when they swim with the mouth open. Water comes inside there, gets pumped over the gill slits, and oxygen gets extracted from the water, and that is how breathing takes place. That is why, unfortunately, these 2 ended up here this morning, lying on the table, because once it gets stuck in the net far too long, it ends up suffocating, and that is how it ends up being dead. Along either side of the shark's body, just under the skin, there is a canal that's filled with hair-like filaments. We call it the shark's lateral line system. It runs from the head right down to the tail. This is for helping the shark to pick up vibrations in the water, so a shark can detect between a healthy swimming fish and the one that is in distress. It's most likely to go after the one that's in distress rather than a healthy swimming one. And it's the same thing that applies to us as human beings. So when you go out to sea, make sure that you are swimming in groups at all times. Don't ever swim on your own. A shark will pick up your vibrations more if you are swimming all by yourself rather than the people that are swimming in groups. So you are always safer when you are in big numbers. You're not going to be able to see their ears. They don't have external ears like you and I. They only have tiny holes, and those tiny holes, they just lead into their internal ears. Another thing that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you their teeth. Sharks don't ever run out of teeth. They've got 5 to 7 rows of teeth, and their teeth are designed according to what the shark eats. They do lose their teeth easily when they're feeding, but they don't need to worry. They've got 5 to 7 rows of teeth, so when the front one fall out, the ones in the back, they just move forward, replace the ones that have fallen off, and the back row grows new teeth. This one is called the tiger shark. Tiger shark is like the scavenger of the sea. It eats anything and everything. With the tiger, we've managed to find gumboots inside the stomach while dissecting a tiger. We've managed to find monkey skull, plastic containers, tin cans, turkey's feet. If you take a walk around our display area, we actually have a corner that's got unusual gut contents. We have even managed to find a car number plate inside the stomach of a tiger shark. It had actually digested the whole car, and we were only left with a number plate. And that number plate was a GP number plate. This one is a great white. Great whites are feared throughout the world. The great whites are actually starring in all the Jaw movies. With the great white, it can grow up to be 7 meters long, so they grow up to be very, very big. 3 most dangerous are your great white, tiger, and the Zambezi. Unfortunately, I don't have the teeth of the Zambezi shark, but if you look at the teeth of the Zambezi, the top row is triangular and serrated, the bottom one is sharp and pointy. So when you look at it properly, you'll notice like it's like a set of fork and knife. With those teeth, it feeds on other sharks, turtles, skates, rays. So those are the 3 most dangerous. Zambezi shark got the name Zambezi because of the Zambezi River. It can survive in fresh water, and it can also survive in salt water. Zambezi is responsible for many of the shallow water attacks, and it is also known as the bull shark. This one got the name because of the shape of the teeth, and it's not considered to be any danger to you and I because it can't chew, it just grabs and swallows whole. So with these teeth, it feeds on shoaling fish, octopus, prawns, and the sardines are also very important during the sardine season. This one is called a spotted ragged-toothed shark. Your money is not finished yet. And this one is called a dusky. This is the one that we dissected this morning. With the dusky, we saw when they are juvenile, they feed on small fish, but as they mature, their diets change. They feed on big fish, and they also feed on other sharks. And remember, I spoke to you about the sardines that we found last year. And here at the Shark Spot, we have boat trips that go out to sea. If you're interested, please make inquiries at the Curio Shop. You will not be on that yellow working boat with the guys that are working, but you get to be on the white boat. You get to see exactly what it is that the guys on the yellow boat are doing. How do they mesh and service the net? What do they do with the shark that is caught dead? And what do they do with the one that is found alive?